three cause inflammation, and then the stress. Those things shrink your brain, the hippocampus, which is your memory. I didn't say hippopotamus, I said hippocampus.
Because here's the thing we now know, and we've all had these societal myths that are out there because it's what's been taught us for so long, is...
Warning, warning! As a medical doctor, I must inform you that there are side effects to this coaching session. Beware. It may enhance your self-esteem, cause you to experience vibrant health, encounter long-term weight loss, heal damaged relationships. Warning, there are side effects to this coaching session. It may increase your enthusiasm for life and bring about hope. It may cause you to have productive and optimistic thinking. It could even help you not allow messed up people to ruin the rest of your life and help you realize the masterpiece that you are and empower you to be the boss of your brain. Warning, these side effects may be long-term. This is Dr. Isabel from DoctorOnAmission.com.
Hey there, Isabel. How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. I am so excited to have the two of you together because when we first met, your interactions were so great and just so personable. And then the work that you were doing really fascinated me, which is why I asked you to do this.
Thank you. Thanks. I'm sorry it's taken us so long to kind of, but we're here.
That's why I'm doing it this way, and hopefully they'll work out really well. So what do you guys do together? What do you do?
What do you mean, what do we do?
What do you do together? How does your program work? What do you bring to the table and Michael brings to the table that creates this wonderful thing that you're creating, Doctor on a Mission?
Oh, okay. What is Doctor on a Mission?
Fire away.
Boom! Well, Doctor on a Mission started in 2013. And what we have decided to just focus on is to help prevent and reverse disease and give people hope. And hope being the happy anticipation that they will get there. They just need to have that hope, and then we can show them how to prevent and reverse a lot of the diseases. And the three that we're really working on right now is reversing prediabetes and type 2 diabetes, because it can be done in less than a week in some cases, getting people off their insulin, getting them off their medication because they feel so good. The second one that we're focusing on is overcoming anxiety and depression, and that's going to be like a forever thing.
That's wonderful.
And then the third is reversing cognitive decline and or early Alzheimer's, because of what we've been trained with Dr. Bredesen. So those three kind of like live together, because it's all about the health and the body and the brain and just taking good care of yourself. Because gosh, if you got those three under control. And then Michael.
Yeah, so as our hashtag says, the MD and Chef team, Isabel's a medical doctor specializing in functional integrative medicine, meaning getting to the root cause of what's going on. And I'm a culinary nutrition expert with a chef background. So for us, we both made the switch from our traditional backgrounds and careers as far as medicine and chefing into more of a functional side, where we now apply the knowledge of nutrition and knowledge about how the body works and what we can do to reverse and prevent disease. We do that as a team, working with people, coaching with people to help them to reverse and prevent whatever is going on in their lives, and to help them to have a healthy, long, vibrant life. So they've got energy, they're feeling great about themselves, and they have that hope that, yes, they can get to their optimal health and things can change, and that they can change their legacy of their family for generations to come. They become the health coach of their family.
Yes, and by them becoming the health coach, believe it or not, they start infecting everybody else, and that's how you heal the world, right? Is by just changing one person like we're always taught. Yeah. So that's what we do.
Oh, that's great. And you do it in group sessions, one-on-ones. How do you form that?
Kind of all of the above. All of the above. I mean, we do group master classes. We do one-on-one coaching. We have online courses. We take people for where they're at. It's just everybody's a little different what they want. Some would rather have one-on-one. Some would rather be in a group setting. Some would like to have a course where they can just watch at home, do their own thing, not necessarily one-on-one interacting with us, but interacting with this course. Others might just want to download in a PDF or watch a couple videos and a few things like that. So it really depends on what the individual wants. It's individualized, personalized medicine, depending on what they want. And so we adapt to them.
Because our current healthcare system, as you know, is just not working. And so we just need to personalize it and make it work.
Right. And that's a lot of what the summit is about, is people taking on responsibility for their health care. I say this to everybody, all my clients. If you're lucky, medicine will take you 80% of the way, but they're not going to bring you to 100. So if you break your arm, they'll help you heal the arm. They'll give you some physical therapy. But are they really going to go in there and get rid of all the scar tissue? That's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. Very well said.
Yeah.
Physical, emotional, all of it, spiritual. It's up to us.
Hey, and for Isabel, she works on both sides. She works in the traditional medicine model and also in the functional and integrative, because it covers everything. Because, from an acute side, if I break my arm or, I've gotten slashed by an accident and I need 100 stitches, well, I'm not going to go to the naturopath. No disrespect to the naturopath, but they've got certain things they do. I want to go see the medical professionals who can stitch me up or repair my arm, or Isabel does work in regular clinics, and if somebody comes in with a heart attack, well, I need that heart attack treated. I don't need you to go through 2 hours worth of other types of things. However, if I've got things that are going on in my life where maybe it's pain, arthritis, different chronic diseases, where diabetes, or I've got cognitive decline and this and that. Well, if I can't go in for 10 minutes and talk to you and get the answers, that's where the functional integrative side comes in, where this is going to take some time. We got to get to the root cause. We've got to find out.
Time.
Yeah, because we got to find out, well, what's been going on, because this stuff isn't developed over a day. When we find out something's happened, I'll just use, let's say if I have arthritis in the knee, well, that didn't just happen today.
Right.
That has been developing over, it could be months, years, decades. So we're going to have to go back and find out, well, what's been going on to bring us to this point. That's not going to happen in a 10 to 15 minute visit. So that's the other side.
I do want to ask you about one disease in particular, because a very dear friend of mine passed away from Alzheimer's.
I'm sorry.
But by the time he was diagnosed, if you backtracked through his history, you'd realize that it was affecting his life for the previous 10 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
So what can people look out for to know that? I mean, first, everybody can just change their diet and their lifestyle. Yeah, but a lot of people aren't going to do that. So what should people be looking out for to get this help earlier? Because if we had help for him 10 years earlier, perhaps it would have run the course that it did.
To answer that question, I will give you a couple of pointers. However, I would also recommend going to our website, and we've got tons of snippets and videos and stuff to help people get on board, and they're all free. They just need to go under the ending Alzheimer's tab. Number one is start working on it in your 40s. And how do we do that? Oh my gosh, if only we would have started in our 40s. Oh, the things we have learned, huh? Number one, sleep. So important. 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So important. Are you into sleep?
I sleep 7 to 9 hours a night. I don't know why. It's just my body wants it. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, everybody's body was want it. But,
Yeah.
So, and then the second is food. Get rid of the following 3. Sugar,
Right.
dairy, gluten. Causes fire in the brain, causes inflammation. If we had known that, oh my gosh, I would have been able to help my beautiful uncle. The next is stress, decrease your stress. I know these are all very superficial words, but if they want more information, they can go to the website. But those 3 things, sleep, those 3 foods, sugar, dairy, gluten, and I mean serious gluten, get it out of your system, because those 3 cause inflammation. And then the stress. Those things shrink your brain, the hippocampus, which is your memory. I didn't say hippopotamus, I said hippocampus.
Because here's the thing we now know, and we all have these societal myths that are out there because it's what's been taught us for so long, is that we just naturally think that the brain, or not naturally, but we've been taught this, that the brain is just going to shrink over years and it's just old age. That is not true. It is not just old age. It's what's been going on to us. That we can stretch our brain, we can grow our brain, we can actually get our brain refired, regoing, and growing so it's stronger than it might have been 10, 20, 30 years ago. So that is up to us. So this myth about, oh, it's just old age. Hey, just to add on to what Isabel said, if somebody's out there and they're starting to get these things going on where, oh, I'm just forgetting my keys a lot, or I'm forgetting just a lot of forgetfulness, or at work they can't focus like they used to. mood swings, just, they're not they get a little angsty.
Word loss
In
in the middle of a sentence, forgetting up. What was that word?
And just not remembering things. Well, usually the family, friends themselves will say, oh, well, it's just old age. Oh, Uncle Frankie's just getting old. They could be in their 50s or 60s, and people say, well, no, it's not just getting old. That's the early signs of what's happening with cognitive decline. And we can catch that. If people realize that and put their hand up and say, hey, no.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
We want to catch that. Then there's a point, but we can catch that.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
And then, of course, there's a point of no return,
Yeah, the point where you dive in and, twice in my life I've seen this happen. Somebody gets cancer and all of a sudden it's vegetables and enemas and all those things. My mom said to me, I can't live like this. I feel like I'm already dead. And I said, well, Mom, let's go get you a highball. I don't know what to say, let's do it.
Yeah.
My friend who died of Alzheimer's, point of no return. And it was hard to watch. And
yes.
Takers, and it's traumatic. And what I want to talk to you about, Isabel, is that what we're talking about, really, a lot of these symptoms are similar to trauma. It's hard for doctors to find the difference.
Yeah.
Depression, cognitive loss, all of that.
We know now with Alzheimer's, having a history of depression increases your risk of Alzheimer's and cognitive decline. Having type 2 diabetes increases your risk of type 3 diabetes, which is Alzheimer's. So that's why we've been focusing on those three, because those three kind of just gel with the world right now. And people should not be dying of Alzheimer's. Yeah. That's our goal, is with Dr. Bredesen, is nope, let's stop that within this next generation.
Right. And people need to start, as you said, at least in their 40s, but if you're in your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, there's still a lot you can do, right?
Oh, we work with people in their 80s.
Right. Well,
yeah.
We work with people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
But there's a certain level, there's stuff that can be done.
Yeah.
Right. We always want to start the earliest possible, but that doesn't give anybody now listen to me, clients, everybody out there, it doesn't give you the excuse to say it's too late. You still
right. Exactly.
Work. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Great point.
Yeah. However, you know how it is. We all have to kind of hit the wall before we start doing something. I mean, that's just the way humans are.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's usually what happens, is something.
It's got to hurt bad before we do anything.
Yeah.
I have a feeling anybody who's watching this is ready on a certain level to a certain amount of change in their life, because we've been pummeled. We really have been pummeled. And as a world, we've been pummeled. And I would like to see us be more humane about it and treat each other with kindness about it and say, okay, we've been through this. Let's come out of it together and be better together.
With lots of love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all starts in the home, right, Bev?
Yeah. And what you were talking about, though, too, is there are people who are starting to realize that, hey, wait a second, I can do something about it. Because recently we have a gentleman who, I think is in his 50s, maybe early 60s, that just realized himself that functioning around business and other things that he was doing in life, it was falling off, and there was some fogginess and things weren't happening. And he put his hand up for himself to say, hey, wait a second here. I feel something's going on.
Yep.
I want to make a difference. I don't know. I want to make a difference. I don't want to go down this track. So and the great thing is, and like what you're doing here with the immune supplement, is getting this out to people, understand that people can put their hand up. There is help out there. There is a path. And even if somebody watches this and they are a family member or a friend or a loved one, they say, oh, that's going on with them. I'm going to put my hand up for them, and we're going to
help them out.
Yeah. Be a hero. Help somebody.
Yeah, be a hero in somebody's life.
Yes.
Reach out and help them.
Yeah. It just takes one. It just takes one person to help one person. That's all. Awesome. Great. Thank you, guys. It's been such a pleasure.